Welcome to the Heroine Show. Today we're going to talk about entrepreneur, career, and family. Our guest is Dr. Nnenna Uboma. How are you?
I'm doing so well. Thank you for having me here again. And I'm excited to, share and also learn.
Of course, you're a teachable woman, and we are very happy to have you again on the set.
Thank you.
And looking forward for amazing stories of your impact and commitment in all that you do. So tell us about yourself.
I am Nnenna, the child of the Most High God.
The evangelist.
Okay. So I'm Nnenna. I'm a mother of three. I now like 3 teenagers. Oh, maybe the first one is no longer a teenager. Actually, I do have a young adult. Time has really gone. Wow. Am I really getting old?
You're still young, under 16.
Okay, then I have 3, 2 girls and a boy, and it's been an amazing time of my life nurturing them. In fact, they are my biggest company. That's the big organization that I have. My husband and children, my family. But apart from that, I have the Church of Christ. Oh God, I feel so excited to go to church. I love to walk in the house of God. That's something I started as young as 10 years old, and it's been a complete part of me. And then my career, God has also placed me. I've grown in my career. I started like everybody from customer service to being an analyst and then to being a director in one of the big 5 banks. So I really want to thank God because I know that, even in academics, I read to PhD. So like Paul will say,
Tell us more.
Like Paul will say. But if I must boast, I boast in the Lord.
Boasting in the Lord. That's the grace, Yeah. It's your table. Say it the way it is. You're welcome. That's so awesome of you. I'm so excited, Like you said, you're boasting in the Lord. Doing all that it doesn't come from an easy point of view, right? Mm-hmm. You see, nothing happens without effort and grace. So I'm very happy and excited, being who you are. And you don't even, you're not brag. You're not a prideful person. That's one thing very special about you. I will commend that. And I'm so happy that we are on the table of the Heroine Show to discuss about this. I'm going to come step by step because there are some areas that you're not mentioning, right? You say you're a married person. We talk about the family, but you're an expert in career. Can you emphasize on your aspect of career that you're good at, that is a God-given gift?
So, I'm kind of into what I call it the science side of career. I read engineering anyway in my first degree.
You did engineering?
Yes, I read in engineering, and believe me, why did I read engineering? I've always wanted to do something that is different.
Unique,
right? So, everybody, like if you look at the Bible, for most Christians, I believe that, within the books of Jesus Christ, or within the letters of Jesus Christ, you should be able to take 1 or 2 things that are kind of guiding you and helping you. And one verse of the Bible that has really kept me through my life is Luke 11:44. Mm-hmm. It's a verse that I hardly hear on the pulpits anyway. Nobody really preaches about it, but it's something that has kept me. And it just simply says, "Woe unto you, for ye are like tombs," right? That appear not. And then men walk over it and they don't even know that you were laid there. He's not talking about those that are dead. He's talking about those that are alive. Like he's simply saying you're living your life with no significance, no impact, and nothing for anybody to really speak about. And at that time, I said, to really build a life that people will speak about, that will be very impactful, then it has to have some level of uniqueness to it.
That's it.
And that uniqueness is always, when I don't join the crowd, because already, like, they're already manifesting, they're already
a lot of
flourishing there. Mm-hmm. So kind of explore the new grounds, the emerging grounds, and then maybe by exploring it, other people can, join. So I went to read engineering. Engineering is one of those things they say is very tough. It's full of math. You hardly see ladies there, just full of men. And I said to crack it. It was fun. You get a lot of special treatment because you're the only woman in the house. So after reading it, I got a job in Slombije, but I felt that I didn't want to be working on the rig and coming out of rig, so I ran to the banking. Banking in those days, back in Nigeria, were like, it was a very prestigious job, right? So that's how I started my career in the banking, and from there I came here. Coming here, going back to banking, like back home, I was into marketing, like going out and talking, right? I always say one of my greatest weaknesses is Nnenna talks a lot, but then it became the strength to get the job. Because I remember going for that interview, and the CEO said, "What's your greatest weakness?" I said, "I talk a lot." He said, "Is that your weakness?" I said, "Yeah." And then he said, "Okay, then I hire you." I'm looking for someone that is talking. So so sometimes what you call a weakness becomes that thing
the strength that people are looking for.
The strength that people are looking for, because they want you to go and be talking. There was somebody that is going to be talking and meeting people, and then that was how they gave me the marketing job. But coming in here, I decided I want to go into programming. I want to go into tech. So I now pivoted in data analytics. And what made me pivot there? Research. In fact, I went to Indeed.com and I put in certain skills. By the time I saw the number of jobs that were in particular skill of data analytics, I told myself, "Nnenna, you're hopping in here." And that was where I hopped in. And within 3 years of coming into Canada, actually, I came into Canada in 2010. By 2013, I was already a director.
Wow. Kudos to you. That's the grace of God. Celebrate the grace.
Very grace of God.
Celebrate the grace. Kudos. That's a very a journey out there that you have made effort to do. Wow. Viewers, are you hearing? Then the entrepreneurship area of your life. Can you emphasize on that?
Okay, so my first attempt to entrepreneurship was basically, so I started growing in data analytics. So I kind of found out that in data analytics, there were just nobody there. It was just full of, so there was this gap there where there were a lot of people that were very techy, and there were a lot of people that were very business. But, there were just very few people that were in between both. Like they knew they could actually manage both worlds. So they could be in the business and they could also be in the tech part. So along the line, anywhere I go to, especially within my community, I was always going to be the only, the data guru. It was no other person really wanted data. Every other person was doing project management and business analysis. And at that time, data was becoming more. They'll say, "Oh, data is the new oil." So people wanted to know what data was all about. And my pastor asked me, "What don't you think it's not good for you to kind of, train other people?" And that was the very first time I actually entered really into entrepreneurship.
Wow.
And he got me, in fact, he wrote letters to a lot of other churches, including your church. That was how I came to, House of Glory for the first time.
I think I saw you in our church that year.
Because I came in and it was all through my pastor.
And did you stop doing that? Did you continue?
I did it for so many years. I just stopped this year. But really? I did it for so many years. So I trained a lot of people, got to have a lot of mentees. But that was really the first time I went into entrepreneurship. And then it was quite, rewarding, both from the financial, the imparting. Like I put in a lot of people into placement. Like so many people came through my school. Wow. They got good jobs. So I now have a lot of mentees. But now and again, I now decided to venture into app building. Wow. And that one was when I was like in 2020. I said, "Oh God, I want to retire. I want to retire young. So what will I do?" I said, "Everybody's building app. Maybe to go and build app." But it's only when you enter a thing that you understand the work in that thing that nothing is like, So yeah, it's been a journey. The app is out. It's called Metal App, and I'm still, I'm still building it. It's still in the early stages of the startup, but I'm quite excited about it. Why did I decide to build a metal blind app? I kind of feel like in the house of God. Suddenly, I just felt like people are no longer connecting. I'm not seeing the marriages as much as I want to see them.
I know you love.
And I'm not seeing people marry. I'm not seeing. So I'm not like, what will I do differently to get Christians to start,
connecting,
not just come to church, go. Like it is a blessing to actually connect and be married. Like we shouldn't make it to be something of the world. In fact, it is us that God has called to the institution of marriage. So we can't just be playing over spiritual, right? And that's one of the things that I'm like, I need to get Christians. In fact, next time I'm going to have a Christian single event. Like they need to come together.
And you've been telling me about that vision. That's a very good part. I think is a good initiative. And then, you know why? So you've tested all these things and you're still in your workplace where you have a full-time job. I don't want to mention all, but I know your hands were are full, very full, and you're able to carry all those things. So how do you manage to balance your faith and then the family with all of this?
In leadership, there's one thing I tell everyone. If you want to do a lot of things, you must learn to delegate. And you must learn to trust people. Because one thing I notice about a lot of leaders is that they are very picky. They don't allow people to actually exercise their own judgment. They also don't allow people the room, for failure. You're kind of a leader that runs with perfection. You're always going to be the one doing everything. But, if you allow people to do things, you guide them, you lead them. It might take you a longer time. But the thing is that you'll be able to balance because you're not executing. So if I look at the app, for example, I'm not the one developing it. Even if I could, I wouldn't do it. So if you look at a lot of things and you tell yourself, even in church, right? I'm a minister, but I have a team that works for me. So whether I'm doing media, I'm doing guest services, people are doing it. So I'm kind of coordinating. So it makes you more effective than when you want to be the one that will do everything. Like I always say, a leader has to give other people opportunities so that when you look back, you'll be like, I'm training others to be like me, to take over. Because life is about, we always have to, hand over to others. So again, our purpose, if you know what you want to achieve, if you have a vision, you'll be able to give it to others. And then those others will help you to execute it. And everybody will win together. You must learn to acknowledge that other people are helping you. That it's not just you making everything happen.
Well, you can say that for any other thing. I just asked you, your family, you have children, you have husband. We are talking about Dr. Nnenna here. Of course, you cannot give your husband and your children to other people. You have to be the one to take care of that. How do you? Okay, I understand where you're coming from. That delegation of duty is very important. Yeah. But I know there are some delegation you can't give it to somebody. Like creating of the app yourself, you have to first of all build it and then delegate the area that you think that other people can be part of it. What I'm trying to say, I'm trying to bring out the, when you're, what do they say? When you're good in so many things, when you're a multi-person worker, right? Yeah, because you see that you'll be having a lot of initiative. When you are, I call it a creator, cycle creator, are people that God keep giving them knowledge, ideas.
Yes.
And there are some of these ideas that you must develop. It's not something that you want to neglect, even if you don't want it, but you will see the important aspect of it that people need and you want to go for it.
Yes, I develop a lot of things, but I bring people along with me. So I'll tell you for real, even my children, they are, and I think that's also part of the things that have made me, like, we're very close and very knitted together. When I have an idea, my husband will tell you, like, how do you run your ideas with different people? Don't even know they will carry it. I said, no, they can't, because the vision is given to me. If they take it, that you take my idea does not guarantee success. Like you said, the vision and the grace lies with somebody. So so if I have something that I want to do, like when we started Beyond Math, even for my daughter, we bring it together. There are so many things that my daughter helps me to do, like maybe it's to send an email, to do this. So like you said, I keep the vision, right? I keep the direction. Because I have the vision, so I'm running with it. But a lot of execution, I allow other people. Some people are always afraid, they will not take my idea and go. They can't take your idea and go. Even if they take it, God will give you the next idea to tweak it and make your own different from theirs. Yeah,
that's true. Actually, that's an area that, anyway, people have different grace. Like we said that before. That's your grace, and you're good at that. So you may not be good at some certain area which other people are good at.
Very true, yes.
So but you're able to use your knowledge, and then apply it, and it's working for you. So that's what make you unique. Make you very unique. And
I know that I worked in corporate. Corporate is about dedication. Like you cannot lead a team of so many people
without working with people.
Without working with people, and without allowing them to have ownership of their work. That is actually corporate leadership.
Yes.
Once you don't do that, then everybody have to have a sense of ownership of the work they do every day and be happy doing it.
No, you're a career woman. That's what makes you unique as special. Kudos to you. And I want to appreciate you for that. So now I want you to tell us, oh God, in all of this, we are coming back to a critical time in your business, in your career. You know, just tell us so that other people that are watching, we know that Dr. Nnenna, the professor, the author, everything, have built that. You know, go through some challenges also during processing all these things. And how do you come out of it?
So first of all, I always, you know, come with that mindset of it was given to me. So, you know, when you have that mindset of something is given to you, it keeps you in a level of humility. And that humility helps you to process so many things that you have. So when you come with that attitude of it was given to you, because it's very clear, it said nothing you have, you didn't get it. That I read engineering, that Nnenna knows math. It was still given to me. Like it wasn't of my making that I take the math and I understand it very fast. So for me, I see everything that I own as skills that God has given to me, and it's basically His grace. So that keeps me very checked. Like very, 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 very checked that there's nothing really to boast about. And so because of that humility, I can share it with you. I can share it with others because it was given to me. It could have been given to any. And so that's why we can work together on it without me having to be so worried about, oh, you're taking something from me. If I don't even own it, why will I be bothered that you're taking something that I don't even own?
But talking about that, you know, a creator is a creator. I know. Meaning that even if someone work with you, they can't take their knowledge from you. They can only take some part. It's okay. I
agree. But what I'm saying, I'm not even bothered about that. Because, like you said, the creator is a creator. It means that even if you take it, I still have a lot to create. So rather than me being bothered about what you're taking away from me, I'd rather be bothered more about what I'm giving you to build. So for me, that's how really I balance. You know, I balance with my vision and my purpose. What do I want to achieve? What is my target? The in between can have many people in it, but am I getting to that target? It's what I keep checking along the way. So if maybe I'm with you and you're not getting me to that target, I'll bring another person.
The critical moment.
So what's my
story of your critical moments? Just make it brief.
Okay, within my career, where have I really had a very critical moment? I will tell you that it was when I came to when I left Nigeria and I came over, and I remember then it was an analyst role that I went for. Analyst role is kind of, you know, just an analyst role, and I did my big presentation. After presenting it to this guy that was interviewing me, he was like a VP then, you know, or something like that, or maybe even a director, I can't remember. And then after I finished making my presentation, he looked at me and you know what he told me? He said, how do you plan to climb the corporate ladder with this your asset? I mean, you know, it's like, you know, what you're building, the vision you have, your purpose, somebody just shatters it down.
Just one thing.
In one day and tells you, like, you don't even have a place in corporate. That's basically what he told me. You don't have a place here. You stop wasting your time. Go look for something else to do. Maybe I should just go be a bucket woman. Who cares? So, you know, you get some of those things. But, you know, I tell people, it depends on how you receive what people tell you. That's really what defines who you become. And for me, pursuit is the evidence of my vision. And you don't, if I give it to you, then that means you've won. I will decide. So what did I do differently? Instead of me coming out and being very angry with this guy who told me, maybe there is some truth in what he said. I don't know. But what did he make me do? It made me decide to gain many skills. It made me decide to do my PhD. It made me decide to learn so many skills. Skills that will now become undeniable.
You're right. You're right. Yeah. So what you're saying that is in your circumstances, you know, there could be discouragement, and it happens every day, and it can be so. In fact, people will tell you that, but not knowing that what you receive is what will work against you. If you don't receive it, you're free from it. So I believe that our viewers are watching to get that message, and then the impactful moments that excite you so much.
Oh, wow. You know, the work of faith, I tell people that, you know, faith is how much you want to leap.
Okay, so I'm going to hold you there. We are going for break, viewers. You know, we'll be back soon. Thank you. Welcome back to the show. As we're saying, with my guests, we're talking about the critical moment. I want you to listen and to continue the conversation.
So in my career, I always say as a Christian and one who believes so much in faith, right? Your leap of faith is how much you want to leap. But I always say, even if I leap and I fall, maybe I'll break my leg, but then I'll allow you to heal, and then I leap again.
Continue.
Right? I'm not just going to sit down there being afraid that, oh, my feet is going to, I'm going to break my foot if I fall, right?
I think that's one of the differences. It's about the mindset.
Completely.
To be honest with you, greatness is about mindset and what you believe, and believing in yourself and what God has. Faith is a key. Because when you put your faith in God, it makes it easy to run.
Yeah.
Right? The weight of that fear or predicament is not resting upon you. So you're looking into God's promises and you walk, which is another level of climax. And I remember you said that, you know, you've been in faith right from when you were 10 years. That makes a very big difference. When you have been in faith, in trusting God, making a critical decision that you don't even know how it will come to pass, but you believe, your mindset was strong, knowing that I got to do this. I want to do something. I think you're a very unique child. I would say you are one of those choosing children. And in just choosing ones are the ones that behave in that manner. So God watched them do amazing, extraordinary things because they are the one to show example to the world of what God, you know, the power of God behind everything. You know, so I think you're one of those people.
Let me just share one story. So I came into Canada in 2010, and then I took up that job as an analyst, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was scrolling through I was chatting with my brother on the phone, and I was scrolling through the internet, and then I saw this job. Then I was an analyst, and I saw this job, director, predictive analytics. This is me, basically 3 years into Canada, just an analyst ending my, you know, my life. And then I'm like, was a 1 year maternity. I said, I'm going to apply for this job. Like, from analyst, I haven't even been a senior analyst, I haven't been a manager, I haven't been a senior manager, and I want to be a director. And then people were like, why would you want to apply? I said, I want to go for it. So I applied for the job, and seriously, I didn't even hear back from them for over 6 months. No, for almost like 1 month. And then I got a response that said I should come for interview. And I'm like, is it possible? So I went for the interview, and after the interview, I didn't hear back again from them. I just continued my job. 6 months later, I got a call. They were even trying to describe the job.
6 months later.
Yeah, they were trying to describe the job. I actually forgot because my mind wasn't really there. Because for me, I wasn't even qualified for the job. So they said they were going to offer me the job. And then they gave me a 6 months probation because even then they were hiring me. They were not even sure that I could do the job. And everybody was like, Nnenna, don't leave your full-time job and take a director job. These people will just sack you. That's why it has that 6 months. I said, then what is my work of faith? If God brought it, it means that there is an opportunity for me in there. And I will take the leap of faith. That even if I go there and they sack me, I will default back to where where already I was. I mean, I was already an analyst. So even if they are I will go back to becoming an analyst. So why would, when people said, no, if they were the ones, they wouldn't take it. I said, no, I am going. And that was how I actually got my first director role. Everybody told me not to go. That is a trap. But I left. And that was how I became a director 3 years into Canada.
Another house of applause.
But that is what. So when opportunities come, just
embrace it.
Embrace it. God brings it your way because He knows that you're able to carry through. But you take your own limitations and give excuses. And then at the end of the day, you're looking for the blessings of God. Meanwhile, they were at your door. You were the one that chose not to use them.
That's great faith. Great faith. Thank you so much for that. In fact, I know that we can go and go and go and go. But today, I just want to use this moment to induct you as the heroine of the week. Yeah, because you deserve it even more. think your profile already can say a lot of things. Like we said, it doesn't come from a place of laziness, or it's come from a place of determination, zeal, commitment, and perseverance, and then trust in the Lord.
Yes.
The Bible said that we should trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him.
You know
and
what
He will
major thing
direct
with the
your
work
path.
of God?
Yeah.
You must always press forward.
Exactly.
You know, that's something most people, instead of you to stand there and be like, complaining, lamenting. My mother used to tell me when I was young, he said the book of Lamentations ended in the Old Testament. And that thing has never left my head. He said, don't continue it. It ended. It has already ended. Don't make new chapters. so, you know, and that's why Paul will say, I leave everything behind. And I keep pressing. So
forward.
they tell me, oh, Nnenna, you have an asset. Yeah. I continue to press forward. Nnenna, you did this.
But let me tell you the truth. Those people that does not have accent, they don't even push because they feel they are perfect.
See? That's why I'm pressing forward. So you tell me that.
So I used to say, well, as long as the idea is there, how I relate it is not your problem. But my own is that let God pass the message for me.
I'm telling you, somebody once told me, Nnenna, hey, you say you have PhD, and you look at what you just wrote, it has typos. I say, correct it now. And did I tell you I have a PhD in English language? I think my mama no born me with English.
So it makes sense actually, because sometimes people think that for you to be there, you are too perfect. But not knowing that you make a choice of trying and keep trying. Doesn't matter how many times you fall, but at the end of it, you take the victory. So God is looking for people like that. And that's actually what you have done. And I want to commend you on that. With your career aspect of life, your entrepreneurship, like you say, you try so many things. And you know, a time will come, those things now will now become an asset.
Yes, sir.
Because you created them, they are all there, and you're now testing them. A time will come. But by the time you retire, things will begin to work for you. That's something unique about that. Also, in the area of family, in the area of faith, you know, you said something that you are a deaconess, right? You know, deaconess, you know, the responsibilities in a church like Redeemed Christian Church, you know, you have responsibility to obey. I have to live it. And there's something you didn't tell me too. I always call you a pastor's wife. Your husband is a reverend.
Yes.
You know, so that's that part. Ordinarily looking at you, it doesn't seem as if it is. But I see one thing, like, even as a reverend or a pastor, your husband is, he sees something in you. He sees faith in you. Trust me, it cannot go and merge with something different. So, but by the time you get close to this person, you begin to see that Christ-likeness, that trust in Him that helps you to walk through all the things that you have become. We are here to celebrate grace. We are here to thank God for what God has done, that the ability of what we do is not about how perfect you are, but how trusting you trust God to be able to do that. And that's what you have done.
So you see, with my imperfection, I ended up being a director in the bank. Man said I could not climb. God said,
no,
go.
You must go, because, He destined you before you were born.
Yeah.
He put all that in you.
Yeah.
So I want to just say, you're welcomed as the heroine of the week.
You.
And we'll celebrate you.
And I
the community
Jesus
celebrate
too.
you. Continue to do what you do. Continue to push on, encourage, mentor other people, and their work will always speak. So I want to thank the viewers for this section. And before we go, I want you to say a word to the viewers. What impact will you give them? What is the encouragement you give to your viewers today?
So I always tell you, be your biggest cheerleader.
Wow.
You know, the person that celebrates Nnenna the most is Nnenna. Tell me, everybody that knows Nnenna will tell you that girl celebrates Nnenna. So I just want to tell you, celebrate yourself. When you celebrate yourself, like the brand you are, like the organization that you are, you will see that you will do greater. You will have the capacity mentally, physically, because why? You are excited about the person you are and the person that you will become.
Yes.
So that's all I want to tell you. Make yourself the center of your being.
Thank you so much. And viewer, thank you for watching. You can see her story has actually impacted. If you have not learned something, personally, I do have learned something. And I know it will benefit you, knowing that when you put your mind in anything, it doesn't matter what people say, you will achieve it. As long as you hold on God, God will work with you. So I want you to celebrate yourself and stay tuned. I want you to share this episode and watch out for the next one.